guys, Cari here from Tiff and Cari. Welcome to Cari's Kitchen. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through one of my most favorite hobbies, and that is baking. We are going to bake a vanilla bean cupcake today. And if we have time, we're going to frost it too. Baking is one of my favorite hobbies because it allows me to just spend some time with myself in the mixer, and the product at the end is so great. It's so sweet and delicious, and I can't wait to share it all with you. So let's go through the list of things that we're gonna need. First to bake the cupcake, and then later on we'll do the ingredients that we need for the frosting. So first things first, what you're gonna need is an oven to bake with. You're gonna wanna set it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and let that warm up until it gets to the ideal temperature. You're also gonna need a muffin tin, which I've got my 24 count handy dandy with me. I've never used it before, so we're gonna try that out today. You're also gonna need some cupcake liners, baking cups. I've got some pastel ones for the springtime, and also because that's the only ones the store had. You're also going to want a mixer. I'm going to use my KitchenAid today, but you can use the one that you have handy. You probably could even use a whisk in your own hand. So once you have those, let's get to the actual ingredient list that we need. Okay, so what you're going to need for these cupcakes is you're going to need 1 cup of whole milk, 4 egg whites, and 1 whole egg. You're also going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of almond extract. You'll need 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 vanilla bean, 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 6 tablespoons of butter, and 6 tablespoons of vegetable shortening. You're also going to need 3 cups of cake flour. Now, it's okay if you don't have cake flour. You can substitute it for all-purpose flour. What you're gonna do is for every 1 cup of cake flour, you use 1 cup minus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. All right, so let's get started. First, we'll wanna line our muffin tins with the baking cups. Next, we want to combine the egg whites, the whole egg, 1/4 cup of milk, and the vanilla and almond extract. We're gonna put that all into one bowl, and then we're gonna set it aside. Next, we're gonna put the dry ingredients together. The sugar, the flour, the salt, and the baking powder. We're gonna add the butter and the shortening to it and mix on a low speed for about 30 seconds. Next, we're going to add the remainder of the milk, which should be 3/4 cup, and the vanilla beans. We're going to mix on low speed until the mixture is just moistened. Then we're going to increase the speed to a medium speed and mix that for 1.5 minutes. Next, we're going to take the egg and milk mixture that we set aside, and we're going to put that in with the rest of the ingredients, and we're going to do it in 3 separate batches. We're going to beat each batch on about medium speed for 20 seconds. Okay, so when your batter's all ready, it should be pretty thick and not runny, and you should see an even distribution of vanilla beans throughout. So now let's scoop it. Alright, so let's pop these in and set the timer for 15 minutes. The next thing that you're going to do while these cupcakes are baking, first, lick the spatula, and then clean up your mess. You'll know that the cupcakes are done when you insert a toothpick into the center and it comes out clean. Speaking of the cupcakes, I just heard my buzzer. My favorite way of transferring the cupcakes to a cooling rack is to just dump them out. Okay, so now that our cupcakes are cooling, we can start making the frosting. What we're gonna need for this is 2 sticks of butter, a whole stick of vegetable shortening, about 2 pounds of powdered sugar, and then whipping cream as needed. The reason that we're making such a big batch of frosting is because I'm still an amateur and I don't know how much I'm gonna need to frost these cupcakes. Plus we're gonna do some extra decorating with the flowers, so I'd rather have more, and you know, it's better to be safe than sorry. First we're gonna whip the butter and the shortening together for several minutes till it's light and fluffy. It should be a pale yellow and it should be very fluffy. Then we're gonna add in the powdered sugar and just a little bit of whipping cream if needed. To color your icing, add a few drops of liquid or gel food coloring. Stir the frosting until the color is even throughout. If the desired color is not reached, continue adding a few drops of food coloring at a time. Now that we have our frosting made, we have to put it into piping bags. So you're going to need at least 1 piping bag, and you're going to need a tip. Now for the flowers, I am using a Wilton tip number 104. So you'll put the tip into the bag. Drop it all the way in, and then find where it becomes tight on the bag. See that there? So then you'll loosen it up a little bit and cut the bag so that the tip can stick out without popping out completely from the bag. Now we need to fill the bag with the icing. So you fold the top part of the bag over your hand and you hold it like an ice cream cone. And then we just scoop the frosting into the bag. Try not to be too messy about it. Push it down in as far as you can. Try not to get any air bubbles. Then fold the rest up, rest of the bag up. Tighten it at the hunk of frosting. Push the frosting down. Do a little twist. And voila.
To make the flowers, first put a drop of frosting on a piping nail. Then place parchment paper over the nail. To pipe an apple blossom, hold the bag at a 45-degree angle from the nail at approximately 3 o'clock on your body. Keeping the narrow edge near the center, apply pressure to the bag while spinning the nail about 1/5 of the way. Repeat this 5 times. Place an edible pearl in the middle. Repeat these steps for the carnation. However, this time, keep the thick edge near the middle. On top of the 5 petals you've created, create another layer with 3 to 4 petals. Finish off the top with 1 to 2 more petals. For the rose, first create a dot of frosting. Then, with the narrow edge pointed towards the ceiling, create 1 small petal in 1 complete turn of the nail. Continue adding petals to the outside of the small petal, increasing the amount of petals with each layer.
Once you've piped your flower, you take it off the nail and you put it on a cookie sheet. And here's an example of what I did earlier. Once you fill up your cookie sheet, you want to pop that in the freezer for about 10 minutes to get the flowers nice and firm. And then once you take them out, you can peel them right off of the parchment paper and you can stick them right on top of your cupcake. So that's all I need to do. Put some leaves in between these flowers, and what you're going to do is you're going to take the Wilton number 352 tip, it looks like this, and looks like this. And so you'll take it, the pointy ends have to be on the top and the bottom. You hold it at a 45-degree angle, you give it some pressure, and then you release and you let go. And look at those leaves. So we're going to place some leaves in between these flowers here. And really make the colors stand out. Alright, now that we have everything finished, now comes my favorite part. The taste test. That's so good. Alright, well thanks for tuning in to Cari's Kitchen. I'm Cari from Tiff and Cari, and until next time.